Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about something you've probably walked past a million times in the grocery store and never really thought twice about: sauerkraut. You might be surprised to find out what's really hiding inside this simple jar of fermented food.
I mean, seriously, have you ever really considered it? I always just thought of it as a topping for hot dogs or something, but it turns out there's a whole world of goodness packed in there. What if I told you that just cabbage and salt, left to do their thing, could turn into a total nutritional superstar? So, stick with me because today we're going to uncover all its secrets. We'll get into the science of what's happening in that jar, check out all the different kinds you can get, and then wrap up with a super simple guide on how to actually start eating it. Let's do this. Okay, first things first. Let's get into the science. What is actually going on in there that makes sauerkraut so incredibly good for you? It's all about a really cool biological process.
So what's the magic trick? Well, it's fermentation, but specifically in an anaerobic environment. That just means there's no oxygen. You can think of it like this. All the good bacteria are having a huge party, and since there's no oxygen, the bad bacteria can't get in. This little party doesn't just preserve the cabbage. It actually creates all the amazing health benefits we're about to dive into.
And get this, a really generous serving, 100 grams, has only about 19 calories. That is nothing. It's less than a single square of chocolate. This is exactly what we mean when we say nutrient dense. You're getting a ton of good stuff for almost no calories.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. That fermentation process, it's basically a vitamin factory. Sauerkraut is loaded with vitamin C. I mean, look at those numbers, up to 75 milligrams. That's actually more than you'd find in a typical orange. And on top of that, you're getting vitamin K, which is great for your blood, and B vitamins to help keep your metabolism humming.
And the list just keeps going. You've got essential minerals like potassium and iron, plus all that fiber in the cabbage acts as a prebiotic. Think of it like fertilizer for all the good bacteria already living in your gut. It's also packed with these things called bioactive compounds that are like your body's personal cleanup crew, fighting off damage from everyday life.
But here's the thing. Beyond all those amazing vitamins and minerals, the real star of the show is something that's actually alive. The real magic is in the microorganisms. And we call these probiotics. These are the good guys, like Lactobacillus plantarum. The best way to think of them is like a dedicated support team for your gut. They show up, help you digest your food, support your immune system, and just generally keep things balanced and happy in there. This living part is what makes raw sauerkraut so special. Okay, so we've established that sauerkraut is awesome, but that leads to a big question people always ask. Should you be eating the crunchy, solid stuff, or is drinking the juice just as good? Let's settle this great debate right now.
So this chart really breaks it down nicely. The main thing you need to know is that they are both fantastic sources of probiotics. As long as they're unpasteurized, that's key. But here's the trade-off. The solid cabbage is where you'll get all the fiber and a higher concentration of minerals. The juice, on the other hand, gives you a more concentrated shot of B vitamins and those other helpful compounds.
So what's the final answer? Honestly, it's not about which one is better, but which one is better for you at that moment. If you're trying to get more fiber in your diet, grab a fork and go for the solids. If you want a quick, easy probiotic and vitamin boost, a shot of the juice is perfect. You really can't go wrong. And believe it or not, the options don't stop there. Sauerkraut isn't just one single thing. There's a whole world of different flavors and styles out there. So let's take a look at some of the cool varieties you can find. Yeah, this is not just your grandma's plain old cabbage. You've got the classic, tangy white sauerkraut, of course. But then there's this gorgeous purple kind, which gets its amazing color from extra antioxidants. You can find some spiced up with caraway seeds or ginger, others with carrots and beets mixed right in. And you can even find sweeter versions fermented with apple. There's literally a sauerkraut for everyone. All right, let's get to the most important part, the practical stuff. We've talked all about the why, so now let's get into the how. How do you actually start bringing this stuff into your daily routine? Because let's be real, jumping into the world of fermented foods can feel a little intense at first, but don't you worry, it's super easy. The whole key is just to start slow and pay attention to how your body feels. Okay, for the solid sauerkraut, here's your simple 4-step plan. Number 1, start small.
like just a couple of tablespoons with your lunch or dinner. It's a nice, gentle way to introduce it to your system. Then you can slowly add a bit more as you get used to it. And here is the golden rule, you guys. Keep it cool. Don't cook it. Heat will kill all those precious probiotics. Just add it on top of your food after it's cooked.
And what about the juice? It's pretty much the same idea. Start with just a little bit, maybe a shot glass worth, on an empty stomach to give those probiotics a clear path. Then you can work your way up. But the most important tip for both the juice and the solids is to always check the label to make sure it says unpasteurized. That's how you know the good bacteria are alive and ready to go to work. So there you have it. From a simple jar of cabbage and salt, you get this amazing world of vitamins, minerals, and live probiotics that can do so much for your health. So the only question left is, which kind are you going to try first?